Has it been your dream and your goal to improve, to level up, to do better every single day, to scale up in your career, scale up in your family matters and relationships with family, with friends, but more than anything, improve for your own good, to get better, to understand what is the next level and capacity that you have to keep excelling and doing better and going into new places, new areas, new territories that you never thought you could achieve. I'm here to present to you 4 steps that will help you bring your very best and bring you to the next level up. Do you ever want it to level up to the next level? Keep improving and keep building up on what you already built so far in your life, in your career, or in your personal life? If so, I'm going to share with you 4 insights that will help you refine your strategy on how to continue performing, but this time to help you enter into your next level up. So let's begin with the first insight, and that one is about your calling. Everyone is born with a purpose, with a calling, and you need to know what you really are good at. Basically, everyone is born with a mission in life. No one here was born without a purpose. So, the first part is know your calling, know exactly what you're really good at, and focus on that. The second insight is about your verbal presentation. Make your verbal presentation, your conversations, your proposals, the responses that you give to people in every conversation. Make it a delivery of service. What does that mean? You see, when you speak with someone, when you communicate with people, the other person is always receiving benefit of your interaction. It becomes a transaction. That transaction shows that you actually care for that person, the person's needs, shows that you're interested. When you're doing that, in turn, you're benefiting yourself as well. So you either are proposing perhaps in a business deal, or maybe you are trying to convince them to buy on your ideas. Perhaps you are trying to clarify on how you should not buy into their ideas. Maybe what they're sharing with you is not something that you agree with, and you are explaining the fundamentals on why you believe their ideas are not going to work or are not of your acceptance. When you do so, it's important to fundamentally explain, in essence, the reasons why your rebuttal to the other person is presented. In other words, you get your ideas across with the intention of persuading and to buy into your ideas, into your presentation. Your way of thinking, your solutions must be presented in a delivery of service of mutual benefit. And that's the piece that has to be very clear to you. Each time you're speaking with someone, that response or that proposal becomes a transaction, is an interaction of value. Don't forget, communication is always the highest value in any relationship. When you communicate with someone, that's how people value you, because you're open to that person, whether you are explaining, you're proposing, or you are deciding, making decisions that will affect you and will affect the people around you. The next one is represent. Speak in a way that represents you, represents your values, represents your beliefs. Good communication opens doors. Some people is good in technicality. They're extremely good about doing things. They can do things well. They can implement things. They can implement processes in a professional office, or maybe on a more hands-on type of job, in an industrial job. Sometimes it's physical labor type of jobs, but others are really, really good about clearly articulating and influencing verbally their thoughts in a manner that others can easily understand, they can easily follow, and they get motivated, they get encouraged. People benefit from those conversations with people that can verbally articulate their thoughts clearly. They can ultimately learn from you. So when you can clearly speak about what you know and you do that well, others understand, others follow, and for you in specific, that opens doors of opportunities. When you are a good communicator, that always opens doors. Once again, don't forget this part of representing is the way that you speak, is the way that you communicate. It's not about the way that you do things. You notice that sometimes in some jobs, some people are hired, they have been there for 10, 20 years, and they do their job extremely well. Then you see someone else who comes in maybe a year later, and that person continues going up the ranks. That person may not be technical savvy. They may not do things as well as the other people that have been there for 10, 15, 20 years, but they can speak well. They can articulate well. And when you speak well and you can articulate your thoughts openly, correctly, in a way that others understands, others begin to trust you. That level of influence grows and people would love to follow you, learn from you, and the trust level increases. Therefore, people continue to go higher and higher in positions in different jobs. The same applies in a family environment. When you have a father and a mother, sister, brother, and cousins, and they speak to you constantly, they're open about communication, they're opening with you about what they do, what their goals are, what they expect of you. You begin to trust that relationship with that person, and therefore communication elevates, the relationship elevates, and the trust begins to evolve. So it's really important that you keep that in mind. If you want to continue leveling up, it's super important that you continue to grow the way that you articulate your thoughts, the way that you explain things, the way that you speak, because that will definitely open doors for you. The next one is stewardship. When you are a great steward of what you have, whether it's your relationships, your career, your family, your personal health, your finances, when you are a good steward of what you have and you learn how to manage effectively of what you have and you take good care of what you have, you are developing strong disciplines around it. In turn, the level of trust around the people that sees you, around the people that lives around you, that works with you, the trust begins to increase. People begin to trust you as a leader in your area of expertise. Let's say you're in a professional environment and they see that you manage your career very well, you continue to raise, move up the ranks, people listen to you. If you're a fantastic mother or father and they see how well you're raising your kids, people will begin to listen to you. That level of trust increases and is attracted to you. It begins to bring you to the next level up. People love when people take care of their health. If your health is in good standing and you continuously are taking care of yourself, people admire you, they are attracted to you, they want to know what you're doing different. The same way applies when you could be sick, right? But in spite of whatever conditions you are diagnosed, you continue to take care of yourself. You continue to address those issues and you eat well, you exercise to whatever capacity you can do. And people is attracted to that. Maybe somebody in the same situation that you're in today, whether it's financially, in health, in your career, as a parent, when they are in similar situations as you are, they begin to trust you and they take you as a leader. They accept you as a leader because of how good of a steward you are. So, being a good steward of your own resources is a reflection of who you are. And that's extremely important to help you level up in your life. This is all possible when you keep investing in yourself, whether it's a professional career, parenting. Be an evolving student of what you do best. Keep studying, learn broadly, read books. Some people love to listen to podcasts, and I think that's a phenomenal way when you don't have time to be in front of your in front of a book or in front of a computer constantly. Listen to a podcast. Maybe when you're driving to work, you're driving to do errands, make sure that you listen to podcasts that speak to you. And do research online. Pull out resources that speak to you in your areas of focus to benefit your growth. Okay? Stay relevant. Relevant is important. That will allow you to explore new ways to grow, to develop new ideas, and to reinvent yourself. Avoid being stagnant. When you are building, let's say you keep building from what you already know and then you keep expanding, that is when you keep growing. I will say this: the brain is an organ that controls the muscles in your entire body. It doesn't stop learning. The brain is an organ that doesn't stop learning. Now, your brain has the ability to grow as you age. That process alone is called plasticity. Now, to do so, you have to keep nourishing your brain. You have to keep training it on a regular basis. And one of the ways of doing that is reading books, listening to podcasts, going online. As we age, our cognitive skills will wane down and thinking and memory will begin more challenging. So, as you keep learning, you are depositing and growing your memory bank. Keep expanding your possibilities to be better at what you do best. This is super important. Again, the way that you manage yourself is the way that others will see you. Know your calling, know your purpose, know what you're really good at. Once you identify that, make sure that your representation of yourself verbally speaks on your behalf in a positive manner. Represent yourself, your values, your beliefs, the communication, the way that you speak. That communication opens doors. And lastly, stewardship. Make sure that you're a very good steward of what you have, whether it's your relationships, your professional career, your family, your health, your finances. All of this is made possible once again when we keep investing in ourselves. Well, I hope these steps resonated with you today. And if they did, give me a thumbs up. I would love to hear from you. I would love to know how you keep improving on a daily basis. And it is our responsibility to keep improving 1% every single day in whichever way we can. But definitely, I would love to know, how do you keep improving? What steps do you take on a daily basis? I want to hear that in your comments below. Until then, I will see you next week. Don't forget to follow me on social media. I am on TikTok and on Instagram. You can follow me there, subscribe, and until then, be safe and be blessed. Take care.